This is the plaintiff, Larry Giambalvo. He says he hired his landscaper, the defendant, to lay down some new sod in his backyard, and 3 days later it all died. The defendant told him he had grubs, but there's no way grubs can appear in only 3 days. Another landscaper said he used too much fertilizer and it burnt the grass out. Bottom line, the guy won't replace it, and he's suing for the $2,000 he's now out. This is the defendant, Rufino. He says he laid down the sod as he always does, and he told the plaintiff that sod needs a lot of water for it to take to the soil. When the plaintiff called to complain it was dying, he investigated, and the grass and soil were bone dry. He offered to replace it for a nominal fee, but the guy balked, so here they are. He's accused of being crass about the grass.
All parties, please raise your right hand.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case on the docket. Plaintiff hired the defendant to lay down some sod in his backyard, says that it never took because it was over-fertilized, but the defendant says the plaintiff didn't water it. It's the case of fertilizer. He hardly knew her.
Thank you, Douglas.
You're welcome, ma'am.
Okay, Larry
Giambalvo.
Giambalvo, you are suing Best Friends Incorporated, represented here by, you've asked me to mention, called only Rufino. Okay.
Yes.
For $2,000, $1,300 of it, the amount you paid him, and $700 for aggravation, because according to you, he gave you bad sod. Okay, tell me what happened.
He previously did several years' worth of work for me in the front of my home, pruning and cleaning bushes. He did a good job. He was very effective. He was always on time. I had asked him, do you do sod work? He said, yes, I have experience doing sod. It said it on his business card.
Now, sod is the, like, carpeting grass, right? So rather than instead of just putting seed and waiting for it to grow, you actually lay it down, and then it takes root and stays and looks all uniform.
He came, he did the sod, he laid it down. I paid him in cash. I have a copy of the receipt. And that was it.
Did he tell you anything about what you had to do for the next few days?
Yes, he did. He told me to water anywhere from 30 to 40 minutes early in the morning, which I did each day.
How did you water it?
Sprinkler.
Okay. Do you have an automatic sprinkler?
No, I have a handheld sprinkler that I would get up in the morning at 8 o'clock, set it counterclockwise, and water like that. Each
Okay,
morning
so what ends up happening to the sod?
The sod, after the 3rd day, burnt out. I have pictures of it.
That's not pictures, that's black and white. Do you have real pictures?
Unfortunately, no, this is what I had printed out from my computer.
Why would you not print it out in color for the judge? I mean, I don't make you that nervous?
No.
You couldn't just go to Walmart and take care of it? Can you please, do you have pictures?
Yes, I do.
Of how it looks? Okay,
Yeah,
yeah,
so-
I'll take it on the phone. Yeah, that's the other thing. Do you have a phone that takes pictures?
Yes.
Yeah, that would have done. At least I could see exactly what we're talking about instead of just seeing a black and white mess. Okay, so it's dying in several places. And why is that happening? You called him how many days later?
I called him 2 days after he laid it down, and he came 6 days later to check on it.
Okay, is that accurate?
No,
Okay, he called you how long later?
4 days after.
Okay, does anybody have a record of the phone call?
No.
You get there and you take these pictures. According to you, you took 2 days to get there. According to him, you took 4 days to get there. And then when you get there, it looks like this. And what do you think is the reason?
Because he didn't water enough. I went there and picked up the sod and looked on the soil beneath it, and I saw that it was dry.
Did you show it to him?
Yes, I showed him.
Did you show him and say, this is too dry?
Yes.
He did show me, Your Honor, but I disagree. The sod was not dry because I watered every morning for that time
But did he
frame.
show you how it's dry or not?
Yes.
And did you see that it was dry? The part he was showing?
That was just one portion of the sod, yes, but overall, the other parts that he lifted up were not dry.
Well, it's only dead on some parts. It's not dead on the whole thing. And now you say that this has a different reason. You think that he over-fertilized.
Absolutely.
And where do you get that evidence from?
From my previous knowledge of working on lawns, and I had 2 previous landscapers that I just had in conversation with, I told them my situation, and they said basically from their experience,
That's
he
hearsay. Do you have
over-fertilized.
anything from them? Did they inspect it and come to the conclusion that this was
No,
over?
I had already taken the lawn.
Who's the
up after
gentleman
that.
who's with you?
This is my friend, yes.
Just support?
Yes.
So did you fertilize this?
Yes, before I put the sod on
Did
the...
you over-fertilize it?
No, I didn't.
What's the solution to this?
At that point, it's just It's just to water it, and
eventually what?
eventually will.
How eventually? Like, how long do you have to wait and have it look like this?
Like probably a week.
What did you do? You ripped the whole thing out?
No, Your Honor. I watered every morning during the time frame he
How
told
long?
me to. 35 to 40 minutes, which is on
And
the
then,
average.
and what happened?
It just continuously burnt out.
Show me all your pictures of how it looks so I can see when they were taken. When were these taken?
Within 7 to 10 days after what he told me to do.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Is this seriously how you came to court with that? Do you think I can see something from that and glean
I
something?
apologize.
But I mean, what are you taking the picture through? Did you put a fence in the way? What is the grid I'm looking at?
So if a landscaper lays down sod, does he guarantee that grass will grow?
Yes.
What if it doesn't grow? What if it doesn't grow just because of a storm or whatnot?
That's not the landscaper's fault.
So is there a guarantee that sod will grow?
No, not at all.
Okay. Going inside the courtroom.
The grid is the fence to the left, the flower bed in the back, and the brown
Do you
spots of the lawn.
seriously think a human can see something in this? This is your case, your entire case, and this is what you've come with? Have you been by there recently?
No.
Why not? You're getting sued and didn't occur to you to go by and take some pictures and see how it looks?
Your Honor, may I say something?
No, I'm in the middle of a question. Wouldn't it be great if you were to go by and you were to be able to see the lawn and see whether it looks good or not?
Yes, I went twice. The first when he called me, and then later when we agreed on the $300.
Why was the $300 a good deal at one point and then not? What happened in between?
First of all, I did not agree to $300. I wanted my money back, or I wanted him to go to Garden World and replace the sod. He told me he could not go to Garden World and replace the sod. They wouldn't take it back. I said it's either the fertilizer, which I believe that the sod is defective. Sod is usually
Yeah,
not...
no, but you know you can't be your own expert witness and come with these pictures. You need to bring me an expert witness to say the things you're claiming. If you're right and he over-fertilized, for sure you get the money back. But it's nice if you bring me actual pictures and you bring me an actual witness who can testify to that. But you can't stand here and say, based on my expertise, this is what happened. If I let litigants do that, can you imagine what the courts would look like? I mean, based on what you've put in front of me, I see nothing that I can... First of all, I know you got to water the heck out of it. I know that. But I also know that you could be right. It could be over-fertilizing. I just like a little evidence of it before I order a guy to pay you $2,000. And based on the fact that the burden of proof is on you, and you have not sustained your burden of proof, my ruling in this case is for the defendant.
Well, the plaintiff prevails in this case. Mr. Gianvalvo, I'm wondering what's going through your mind right now.
Well, I thought I had a lock, stock, and barrel case. I guess I didn't.
Golly, geez, no, those pictures were terrible. Terrible.
But I thought the pictures would suffice, and I guess they didn't.
No kidding. Well, I think everybody watching this understands you really did not do yourself any favor today. And it cost you the case. Sorry, it's over. You've lost.
Yeah.
And is it still dead now, the grass in the back? What's it look like right now?
It's just an empty patch of
Just like dirt?
Yeah.
You know? Okay, good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Here comes Mr. Ruffino. I'm interested. You didn't go by and look at it either. You don't know what shape it's in right now either, do you?
No, I don't.
But, well, you don't have to worry about it anymore, okay? You're off the hook. Okay. But do you think you fertilized it too much? Any possibility that you may have done that?
No, I didn't, because I have done it in the past. I know the amount that I have to put. So.
Well, very good. I think you lost a customer, but you won the case.
At least.
Congratulations.
Benefit, thank
Okay,
you.
very good. Harvey?
Okay, I mean, look, this case requires an expert testimony where neither party really has the ability, although the landscaper does, but he's got a dog in the fight. So you need to get a neutral landscaper to come in and explain it. Plaintiff didn't bring one, and that was the end of the case.